Hello, this is Lucy Looker, Foreave Stars International, reporting from the Dream Machine USA as I watch a television show called Our America by Lisa Ling and on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
A man has just arrived from prison today to Randy's house. Originally, he had agreed to allow us to shoot him, but he decided that he didn't want to be filmed because he at some point wants to try to get back to a normal life. So all we can do is shoot him from the back of the head. This is kind of what we've been dealing with. These are condemned members of society, and it's understandable that they wouldn't want their faces shown on television because they're already considered the ultimate pariahs.
Everyone is watching you, and you never know if anyone is trying to do you in. You have to realize that you're not free. You are still in prison, and if you think that you're not, you're full.
Randy's new tenant, a man we'll call John, served 17 months for traveling with intent to have sex with an underage girl. Now he gets a tough dose of reality from one sex offender to another.
How to deal with children. It's such a tough thing, because you're going to run into them. I don't think that you're overly attracted to children, but you cannot have any contact with them. Just don't look their way at all. I'm really taking a big chance. You could end it for everybody by damaging another person. And mess with me and I'll put you back. I'll do anything I can to put you back. I mean, anything I can. If I think you're a danger, I will do anything. I will testify against you. I don't care. Period. You got any questions?
No.
Most of Randy's homes are in modest neighborhoods within walking distance to services.
On this highway is about everything that you need. A Home Depot, all kinds of fast food. And some of the big restaurants will hire a sex offender. So this is home sweet home? Hey!
As one of Randy's tenants, John will share a house with two other sex offenders. They know full well what kind of reception the world has to offer men like him. Has it been hard to live with this label?
Everybody thinks you're like the cancer of society. They don't want to have anything to do with you. Once they see your sex offender, you're boogeyman.
Group houses are a way for Randy to make more money and for sex offenders to find homes. But as I look around, I realize this is a neighborhood where families live. Okay, I just want to show you how close we are to where children live. Right across the street. The protective zones only apply to places where large groups of children congregate, not to a single home with a couple of kids. I talked to the neighbor who doesn't want to be on camera, but he said that a year ago when Randy first took possession of the house, he was very, very apprehensive and concerned, but it's been almost a year, and he says, I haven't had any problems, so he seems to be okay with it for now. It's hard to wrap your mind around. 3 sex offenders living in a neighborhood where children live right next door and across the street. But Randy has a good reason for grouping these men together. They're easier to watch.
The people that I've dealt with, many of them have done really horrible, horrible things. They need to be monitored. I want them monitored. Probation is going to be in that neighborhood. For each offender, you have to visit them at least twice a month. So if you have 4 in the house, that means that there's going to be 8 visits.
Now you're living in a house with all sex offenders. What's that like for you? You're one of these guys now.
I'm just still in a state of shock, almost a state of denial that, I am that type of person. I'm not ready to say that that's what I am, because I know inside that's not.
Can you tell us how it happened?
Online on an 18 and above website, and I was led to believe that she was 18 years old. She turned 17 a week after I got arrested.
How old are you?
At the time, I was 41.
Do you think there's a worse label in this country than sex offender?
No, that's got to rank right up there at the top. I mean, when people say sex offender, they think child molester. Kids don't do nothing for me. I like ladies. I'm not a child molester. I'm not a sex offender. You know, I did something stupid. I've had friends disown me. Trust is something you take a lifetime to build up, and it only takes one instant to wipe it all away. So, I disappointed everybody, including myself.
John's future has begun. After spending 17 months in prison, he has a hard road ahead, living as one of society's most feared. But at least for now, he has a home. Randy's about to show me the people who fell off everyone's map. Hidden away in the middle of the woods is a place of last resort for some 30 sex offenders, people who can't afford to live in Randy's homes.
So you see, it's a nice little pond. However, it's infested with snakes.
Here in the sweltering heat of Florida, they live without power or running water. It's basically a swamp, but it's over 1,000 feet from where children congregate, and that makes it a legal residence for sex offenders. This is really wild. We're in the middle of the woods, and I'm seeing tent after tent. I'm seeing people across the pond over here in other tents, and everyone in this vicinity is a sex offender.
The fact is that being this far away is kind of good. You know, they're far from children.
This is obviously a very sensitive issue, but we're going to try and see if we can get people to talk to us. Estimates say that there are hundreds of sex offenders living in the woods throughout the state of Florida, and I must tell you that this, as you can see, is pretty vile. You can't really smell what it's like, but you have to trust me on the fact that the guys out here are really living like animals. I mean, there's no water, there's no electricity, you know, there's human feces all over the place. And there are a lot of people who say that this is how they should be living.